Wolves are climbing my skirt. What? I left the baby werewolves out so we could see them at the beginning. So without further ado, werewolves, hello. Hello, friends. Welcome. Good evening. Hello. I brought the kitties. I know, how fun. I'm trying everybody in a little bit in a different spot in the room tonight to see how that goes. And we're just going to have a quick little werewolf moment while everybody loads in. And then I'll take these guys for their dinner. Yeah? Come here, buddies. Wolfman has got this little toy that's got a bell in it, and he is crazy about it. Yeah. Got this? Huh? Says hello, everybody. Oh, we got Jody in the waiting room. There's been an update on Zoom, and now you have to have a waiting room for everybody. So welcome.
Hi.
Hi, welcome, Mug.
Whoa,
no. Oh, no. All right. It seemed like a really good idea to bring the werewolves out at the beginning because it would be cute and fun. And now they are showing me the error of my ways. They love rebellion. Wow. They came to dance class with me one morning. Do you see the cats under the skirts? Like, they're like,
yeah.
If you're looking for me, I'll be hiding right under your feet. All right, I'm going to give these buddies dinner, and I'll be right back to start our class. Hello, friends. Oh, man. Hi, Sophia. Welcome. Hi, Shazita. All right, come on, buddies. Let's go.
Blue, not blue.
Wolfman, come on. Wolfman. Apparently, Wolfman has a career in theater, and he is not interested in going to have dinner. He just wants to hang out with you guys. He has been doing kitty tricks, and he is going to be an amazing acrocat. He's already up on his little stanchion and going through hoops and doing other cute things. So you just wait. There's going to be lots of circus in the future. All right.
Oh my God, nice.
All right. Oh, that's exciting about your cat, Sophia. Okay. In uncat-related news, welcome everyone. I'm so glad you all made it. It is week 3 of 6. I have got the computers in the live stream in a slightly different spot. I'm hoping to get you guys a better view of my feet and that you'll be able to see me a little bit more up close, and we'll just keep adjusting. You know, if it turns out it's not an advantage over the positions from last week, I'll switch them back and we'll just keep on messing around. This evening, we are working on the beautiful figure 8 shape and a whole family of movements that fit in with this. You're going to see me walking toward the computer because it used to be that people could just let themselves in, but they have upped the security on Zoom. They have been threatening to do it for a long time, and now it's just how it is. So I do have both the live stream going in the private Facebook group, the Bellydance with Leslie Facebook group, and I have the Zoom going. So you're welcome to switch back and forth, whatever's working better for you. We're going to start off this evening working into a little shape, a little figure 8 shape, and turning that into a traveling movement. And then we're going to do a beautiful warm-up. My hope for the evening is I would like us to sink really deeply into a place of relaxation and calm so that all of our movement tonight can come from a place where we feel like we've got a really nice, full, deep breath, and the feet are planted down into the ground. So before we learn our move, let's just go ahead and place the feet side by side, toes together, knees together, roll your shoulders back and down. And I'm really thinking about letting them drop down the back like they're a little elevator going down, 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 down. Yeah? We're going to lift the toes, tap your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. And gently open your eyes. I'd like us to place our ears over our shoulders if it's possible for us. That may involve pulling the chin back a little bit. We're just going to very lightly raise up through the chest. Keeping the thumbs tucked, I'd like you to press your elbows forward, just creating this beautiful shape. Soften the knees and really feel the outsides of the feet sinking down into the ground like they have suction cups all around them on the edges. The inside of the head is like the cathedral dome, rising up toward the sky. And then just crossing the hands in the center of the body. A big lift with an inhale. And exhale them. And settle back down into our basic shape. So the figure 8, or the figure 8 family, is all based on 2 interlocking circles. So everything that we have worked on for our entire class, if you were to divide it into pieces and reorder it, would wind up being part of this family. I always wear my little figure 8 snaky necklace for this class. Welcome, Kathy. Little snakes. Right? This is my figure 8 snake. Oh, it's dark back here in the corner. This may wind up being medium for us. Okay, so the important thing to remember about where the 2 circles meet is that this is an imaginary junction most of the time. So there isn't a physical space in your body where the 2 circles come together. But it can be that it's in all kinds of different directions and using all kinds of space around us. And so we're just going to take our hands and just right here, I'd like you just to drum your fingers on top of this imaginary tabletop here at your belly button. And then just go ahead and spread your hands out and let them come around you as far back as you can reach. And then just turning in a small circle right around, thinking about all of the space around you like you've got a big tutu right here. And so all of this space all around us, behind, in front, even where we don't see, is part of what we're going to use for this figure 8 shape. So we're carving out the air around us to make the 8. And we're going to take the corner of our hip and we're just going to push to the back. We're going to slide that around to the front and then bringing it in and bringing the feet back together. So again, pushing back along that shelf behind you, scooping forward, and then pulling it underneath into the belly button and return to the center. So once again, pushing back, in, and underneath. So the feeling on the foot is that the weight is going around and on the exterior and then drawing in toward the center of the foot and back into the middle. So it is actually like the figure 8 in the weight shift is on the one foot. So it's going out, around, in, back in. Yes? Let's do it on the other hip just to get nice and even. So we're going to take this hip on the side and I'm going to scoop to the back with a little step, pull it around to the front, and then draw it underneath and in. I love all of these shapes. I find them so beautiful and so relaxing. Push and scoop. Yeah. Plus the weight shift, I think, is really makes it look very mystical. Whoop. Yeah. So here we are, and I'm using this side here to step forward and then to draw that hip back in. So again, stepping forward and drawing the hip back in. And the other way, so I'm pushing this to the back as I step, and then as I draw the hip back in, I place the other foot together here. So if I were just to continue going this direction, it would go scoop, step, scoop, step. And I'm really just thinking about drawing an 8 with the one hip, although of course the two hips are connected, so you'll get some of that feeling on the two sides. Yeah? Let's do it a few times going the other way. So we're going scoop, step, scoop, step. And if you could, just think about putting air in your armpits, letting helium balloons float up under your hands, yeah, and settling them all the way back down. So just using all of these big shelves and these relaxed spaces around the body, yeah, and push and under, and push and under, push and under. I'm going to keep this going in a little circle around myself. So I'm stepping out and in. And I'm really just pivoting on that foot that's in the middle. Yeah. And let's do the other side. It's really important in this Wednesday class and in our workout class that we give the left side its fair dues, because in our Monday class, we're really super right side dominant. And I have been feeling a lot of that tension in the hip and in the glute on this side. So I hope also this evening to give us some nice stretches that will open up this area here for us too. Yeah. So pushing left and under, and push and under, and push and under. Yeah. Scoop and under. Now, if you have an inquisitive mind and you wanted to know, could you push that 8 in the other direction? You absolutely could. This is the way I'm used to seeing it. But just for the sake of argument, let's go ahead and do a big one to the outside and then underneath. Yeah? So now we're going to push this right hip forward, back, under, together. Forward, back, together, under. Yes? Forward, back, front, together. So that's kind of a different flavor. Forward, back, front, together. Forward, back, front, together. I'm just making like little petals here on a flower. And let's do the other side to make them even. Yeah? Forward, in, forward, shh, in. It's such a muscle memory habit for me, it's very difficult to go the other direction. But I think that's part of what makes it valuable. Yeah. Push, 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 push. Cool. So last week we had also our little tush push, you may recall, yeah, where we fired up this hip and we brought that up and around. So we're just going to revisit that again. So push and together, push and together, push and together. And let's just glide the hands through the center and push and together, push and together, push and together. And I'm just going to go up and over and place. Yeah. So we do 4 this way. So we do 4, 3, 2, 1, change, 4. Do you hear the werewolves? 3, the children of the night. Yeah, and then right here on this side, I'm just going to scoop to the back and come in. So I'm scooping back and in, back and in, back and in. Yes, other side, pushing. Wah, bum, bum, wah, bum, bum, wah, bum, bum, wah, bum, bum. Cool. So basic position again. Let's go ahead and have the toes all the way together to start. We're just going to open a small V shape and then turn on the balls of the feet and get the heels in line with the toes. That should get us about a fist distance apart, and really concentrating on getting the toes in line with the heels, knees soft. Zip, lift, shoulders back and down, eggs in the armpits, and dropping the hands down and pull them up through the middle for me. Big rising sun. and flip, and down. Hands pushing down, rising up, and coming down through the middle. Love it. All right, I'm going to fire up a little bit of music for us. Here it comes. Little shimmy. Scoop. Shimmy. We're going to do the other hip. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Right hip. Left. We're going to our tush push. Hands at the heart now. Change. Switch. Other direction, right hip. Left hip. Push. Pull. Twist. Walk the tight wire. Little shimmy. Hands up the palms. Open. And slide. And slide. Just. Scoop. Scoop. Keep it going. Second side. Drop, drop, drop. Get that little shimmy. And push it left. And push it right. Up and in. Around. Let yourself change height. Right here. Drop, 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 drop. Pointing your toes, downstage, left and right, hands in the middle, pulling up through the center, big inhale. Exhale. Turn to the shoulders, let the back of the body be long, head hangs to the ground, and rolling up. Again. Pulling up through the legs, reaching for the sky. Fingertips in the air. Heel toe your feet in so they're comfortable distance. Just thinking about the fingertips leading up, 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 up. Turn the hands and up with the wrist. Go ahead and get the feet all the way together. Elbows. Pull. Pull from under the armpits. Bottom of the ribs. Sit deeper. Backs of the hands touch. Sit in your deepest chair. I want you to bend one knee and reach, reach, reach. The other hand high. And change. Sitting in the chair, looking at those fingertips. Let your ear come down towards your arms. Keep changing. Up high and grab that wrist, lift to the sky and tip it over. Up tall, reach, and pull. Into the center, hands at the heart, sweep. Bring in, and open. Hands down, rolling, right and left. Right foot steps back, bend the knees, forward. Hold it here. Drop, 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 drop. Feet back together. Left foot's going front, back, back. Left and right. Sinking down. Pull open, sitting back, bringing the backs of the hands to touch. Close the ribs, let the head fall forward, and open the chest, breaking that popsicle. Push for the sky. Underneath. Pull. And dropping the hands down. Everything reaches for the floor. Holding your elbows, let the head be heavy, backs of the legs, stretch, stretch, stretch. Inhale, exhale. Up to the middle. Rolling the shoulders back and down. We're going to come into the hips. We're going to drop down, scoop up, bring it over. This is our tuck-in, our vertical up 8 we've been working on so diligently through our ATS, our Fat Chance Bellydance style class. I'm going to put my fists here on the hips so you can see that I'm making a little 8 shape. I'm just going to go ahead and take a step as I pop up. And holding it right here at the belly button, we're going to go up and out. So we're going to do the Maya, which is the opposite direction. And because we're working in the cabaret style now, it's not important whether you start with your right or left hip. We're just going to go one side and the other side. It is more my habit to begin right because I am right-handed. But in this instance, this is my left hand, and I will try to do left side first. Yeah? So I'm going to bring that in toward the belly button. Up. And out. Up. And out. knees pedaling here. And I honestly think that we cannot practice these two shapes enough. We want to really have them inside the space. Yeah. So that the ribs are closed. You've got your hypnotic gaze, right, locked on your audience. I would like us to continue this push and just let the upper body relax to the side and then pull up. Push and run that up the side of the body. Right here, we're going down, up and in, and crunch, lift, and in. Drop it into the hip. Bring it into the chest. Right here, hold in the center. Now, we're going to hold on to this in the center of the chest, and we're just going to drop down by contracting here in our oblique and then pulling it up and in. It doesn't have to be big. In fact, it's probably a little bit better if it's not. And just put your feet all the way together, and let's just reclaim that calm, centered, still feeling where the muscles are relaxed and the feet are relaxed and our breath is even, and just enjoying that hypnotic and eternal loop. Yeah, up and in. It makes a little cross right here in the center of the heart. Yeah. So creating that tuck-seam shape or that up 8, that inward 8 here in the rib cage. So opening the ribs and then closing them down. And opening and closing. Another way you could think about this is that you are going to drop on the diagonal and then lift straight up. And then drop on the diagonal and lift straight up. So if you like to think about it that way, you could think about that. And then holding it here at the heart, we're going to lift up into the corner, scoop, and lift. So some people like to think about this as a slide and a lift. If that helps you, slide and lift. Or if you like to think more diagonal and round, as long as you're getting that cross in the center and you're feeling the essence of this movement as it comes up and in. And then you also get to have that nice warm feeling through the ribs and through the muscles in the torso. You get a chance to practice keeping the feet together and keeping the knees soft, keeping your back underneath you. Yeah. And then gliding again, up and out. And just drop over. Ear to shoulder, hand relaxing down. Soften the knees, let your body come down, hold on behind the legs, and really try to release through both hips. Roll up through the center of the body. And again, up and over, draping the body over. Drape, drape, drape. Long length. And then falling to the center and holding on behind the knees, letting the head come toward the ground. Hands walking forward on the floor until you've got them someplace where you're comfortable. And we're just going to bend and straighten the legs and gently walking out the back of the hips. Soften the knees again and rolling up, heavy hands. I always like to finish my big flourish with this hand that comes up through the center because it gets my hair out of my face. You could do your imaginary hair. If you don't have, a lot of hair to push, you could just give it a big whoosh, right? Creating a big ring of light around you with the energy and intention of moving your arms in that big halo shape. So we're gonna move from the vertical, from the tuck-seam and the reverse tuck-seam, or the Maya and the tuck-seam, or the up 8 and the down 8, depending on how you think about these guys, into shapes that are flat. So we're just going to twist that right hip forward, push back behind us, and then step through the center into the other foot and turn that one behind us. I love this shape. I love the step with this shape, and I like the feet very close together when I do this. It keeps it so that the pelvis isn't tipping. And we want to try and keep it flat for reasons, because in the future, if you wanted to, you could of course change the level on this as you're going. Yeah, but you want to be doing that intentionally and not accidentally. Yeah, keep it pushing. Have fun. We're just going to take that same energy and we're going to bring it into the upper body. We're going to plant the feet, we're going to turn the torso, and we're just going to make a small turn to the back and a small turn to the back. It is not as easy to find the space moving the ribs around the spine in this direction. It can be very small. It is different than pushing the shoulders. We're not actually trying to get like a big psh, psh. Yeah, it's not like a big ska dance move. We want to try and keep our shoulders very still, and we're going to push from the heart around with the ribs and around. I always think about the ribs orbiting around the spine. Yeah, and then pull it in. Imagine coming into the heart and in and in and in. And we'll take that same movement. We'll drop that down into the pelvis and bring that pelvis in and in and in. Yeah, keep turning the hips underneath you. I've got a small march going in my feet, but it could be done with the feet not moving. It's just that it's a very nice way to get yourself cruising around the space because it has a full release of one hip and then the other with the weight shift. Yeah, groovy. All right, we have a lot of 8s now because we have the vertical, the horizontal, and the chest and the hips. And then we're gonna do a little bit of boogieing with that in a song, and then we're gonna add another layer with the arms. It's gonna be so fun, you're gonna love it. Okay. Little march in a circle. In. Up and over. Up. Again. Little circles going out. Push. Into the chest. Jam. Push. Chest. One side, big loop, little loop. Other side. Same move, just changing the pace with the music. Right? Left to step touch. Left hip, right here. Drop, drop, drop. Scoop, 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 scoop. Drop your tight work. Yeah, right in the chest. Drop, drop, push. In, little march. Yay! Boom. Let's have a little sip of water or whatever nice thing you have to drink. I have got the eucalyptus diffuser going today, trying to bring a little freshness into the air in here. We are having a super muggy night here at my house. I don't know if you guys are muggy and hot where you are. Lemon water. I love those figure eights. Aren't they fun? It's so fun to smoosh them all together and mix them up. So we're going to play a little game with the eights that we have in the chest and in the hips, because we have the vertical, we have the horizontal, and we have 2 layers. Yeah? So what I would like us to do is, for yourself, I'm going to play the song again, and I want you to try to find where you can connect the top and the bottom of the body if you were to chop these pieces up like Frankenstein and put them back together. And it doesn't have to be like a really formal or official movement, but for example, if you were to scoop up and in with the top of the chest, where would you go if you were heading into this hip? Just as an example, right? I could drop it down and pick it up. And now I'm creating this kind of inward 8 that's going from one breast into one hip, right? Or I could be pushing to the back, and when I got here, I could decide I want to drop that down, boop, catch it with my chest, and maybe come up and do something else. Yeah? So I would like you just to think creatively about how to assemble the vertical and the horizontal. So you could either be going, I was up here, vertical, and then whoop, I decided just to push it horizontal. Yeah? Does that make sense? All right, so I'm going to get you guys a song, same song, and we're going to have a moment, yeah, where you put them together and make just a bunch of Frankenstein 8s. They're still 8s, right? They're still interlocking circles. It's just that some of the circles will go woo, woo, woo. So it'll be like half vertical, horizontal, or we'll be like woo, the breast and the hip, or it can be, is this all making sense? Yeah, send me some little, show me your thumbs. Yeah, cool, we got plans. We got little thumbs up from over here in the chats. Yeah. I know, Sophia says her cat might have a whole batch of adorable babies next month. Well, that's very exciting. Okay, here comes your song. You guys ready for adventure? Boop, boop, go. I'm ready. I see you doing it. I don't see you doing it, but I believe in you. Yeah? Just give me a little experimentation. It can be as fast or as slow as you want. Yeah? If you get lost, just think to yourself, right? Horizontal, horizontal, out, in, and then vertical, out, and in. Yeah? Come back and find the 4 basic ones, and then see what you can do about dropping them all together. Hang it off half the chest. Draw it in the air with one hip. Welcome, Tammy. Yeah, Wednesday class starts at 6, and on Monday it starts at 6:30. I hope that you found lots of interesting compound shapes and had cool experimentation, working with the air around you and working with your muscles and trying to feel the weight shift when it comes from the chest into the hips. That is a really nice way to use the movements that you already know to interpret the music in new ways when you're dancing by yourself. Plus, I think it feels really awesome on your muscles. We're gonna take a quick sip of water. We're gonna do a nice stretch for the hips and stretch for the shoulders, and then we're gonna move into an arm series in this family of movements. Yeah, so a little sip of water for you if you'd like one. Okay. We're gonna do one of my very favorite hip sequences. We're gonna come on down, just sitting on the ground, and I hope everybody can see me on both screens. I can see all of you. We're gonna start first with just walking the legs right and left, and we're just picking up the meat of the bottom. So we're really sitting on our sits bones. We're just gonna flex and point the feet. Reach up with your chest and draw yourself forward, holding onto the legs, getting a nice long feeling on the back of the legs. And really flex your feet, pull those toes towards your face. Big inhale and exhale. And point. So we're going to take one foot and we're going to place it on top. So we're in this figure 4 shape. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this foot closer to me, and I'm going to support myself with my arms behind me. So I get a little bit of a stretch through the chest as I bring the foot in. Then I'm going to push my foot down into the ground. I have my hip a little bit elevated off the floor because I have weight in my arms. And I'm just going to gently rock my foot side to side. If you would like to put more weight in your arms, you could push up all the way with your bottom clearing the floor. It's up to you how much energy you want to put into the upper body to make the stretch deeper. Oh, yeah, I love this so much. You can really do this all day. I'm not kidding. Okay, we're going to drop your bottom back down, move your foot back out, and I want you to scoop it up, and you're going to hold it like a baby. So elbow is right here, wrapped around the foot and wrapped around the knee, hands interlaced. If this doesn't work for you because of your flexibility, you can put both hands through the center and pop them up like this and pull it towards you this way as well. So if that other way is not comfortable for you. We're just going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to put that foot back down and give that leg a hug. Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but my hips from doing all of the Monday night practice have been feeling very kooky. I had been sitting on my little exercise ball trying to work out that hip, and I thought, you know, maybe it's not just me. It could be a nice moment for all of us actually to stretch here. So let's pull that bottom leg underneath, and we're going to stack up the knees. Of course, Monk wasn't there on Monday, but I'm sure he could use a nice stretch in his hips as well. Hands down, pulling your feet back towards you. So if you are a very flexible person, you can lift your chest up and sit over your legs. I'm not going to do that, but I believe in you. You do it. Yeah? Some people will bring their face like over the top this way. Do you? And just keeping in mind that the entire time, the hip we've been stretching is the one that's on the top. So when we get around to doing the other side, which is gonna happen in just a moment, then you wanna make sure that you get the other leg on the top, yeah? So go ahead and pull that bottom leg forward. We're gonna stack up for a double pigeon, knees and ankles, and sit up nice and tall. Yeah. Oh, why do you hurt so much? Good. My hip flexor and my right hip here are like, oh my goodness. Yep. Good times. Okay, when I slide this bottom foot back forward, we'll be back in the first position that we were in. Yeah? And so from here, I'd like you to take that foot out, keeping in mind you're gonna switch the other leg on top and just pass through this position of the butterfly, 2 knees coming toward the ground. So send the other foot out, legs going on top. So we're again, arms coming behind us, a little stretch through the chest. We're gonna drag that foot in. If you'd like to, you can put more weight in that foot and really lift your bottom up off the ground. It just takes a little bit of weight in the arms and in the upper part of the chest. If that's unpleasant for you, just keep your bottom on the ground, or if that's too much stretch for you, no sweat. And then we're gonna go ahead and just start to move the knee to one side and the toe to the other. Big, big stretch. And for me, this is the hip that has been cranky. And we're coming back up with the arms, giving that foot a big hug. Same plan, right? I like to put this foot right here in the crease of the elbow, other side here, drop that foot and rock your baby. Yeah, sitting up nice and tall. Oh yeah. You're gonna put down just the foot, give this leg a hug. Then you're wrapping the bottom foot around, trying to stack up the knees, holding onto the ankles, pull those feet back toward you. Oh, big feelings. Coming forward, yeah? If you did it before, trying to drape the upper body over the legs, I'll be right here waiting for you when you get back, yeah? Just take a moment. Right, breathing in towards tense and then trying to release with your breath on the exhale. We're gonna stack up the ankle and the knee. Oh, and it's not gonna really do much for me on this side because this side is the one that's like, yeah, do your best. If you leaned forward over the top of it last time, you're welcome to do that again. If you just hung out up here, let's do that some more. Oh, tight, fun, yeah. Keep on breathing. Yeah. And we're gonna slide that foot out straight. We're back in our first position, and then we're bringing this foot to the side, revisiting the butterfly. Fingers wrapped around the toes, pushing the knees to the ground, and bringing the forearms in front of the legs. Inhale, exhale, face coming toward your feet. And let's sit up tall. We're gonna wrap the feet underneath us, crisscross, and just roll the shoulders back and down. I'd like you to open up through the chest, open your hands. Yeah. And then we're gonna touch backs of the hands together in front, and then set our hands down on our knees for a moment. I'm gonna put my hands right here on my décolleté, and then drop the ear toward the chest, getting a little bit of a stretch through the side of the neck. The next little segment we're about to move into are figure eights for the arms and the hands. So we're gonna do a little opening for the back first. And bring your head back up tall, hand on the shoulder. Let's turn that elbow back. And then we're gonna open the palm up and press it away. Drive your thumb toward the back of the room and open up through the heel of the hand. You should be having feelings through what's called the carpal tunnel. It's this space here in the palm of the hand. Yeah. If it is not too much sensation, or if you enjoy this sensation, you can put your ear towards your shoulder. For me, this is a very electric feeling, and I am not super loving that, so I'm gonna bring my head back to neutral, but you stay here if this is for you. And then everybody bring your head back to the center for me. We're going to draw our hand in and go ahead and just turn, turn, turn. Yeah. And other side, hand on the décolleté, ear to the shoulder, and just really gently letting the fingers drag down as your head comes over to the side, feeling that ear coming toward the shoulder. Hand on the top, and let's turn. And we're going to push out with the fingers. We've really got the palm of the hand flat against this imaginary wall, and we're going to drive the thumb backwards until you start to feel sensation through the heel of the hand, the forearm, and then if you did it on the other side, you should drop your ear again and see where you're at with this side. It's a very big opening. And go ahead and migrate your head back toward the center. I'm going to pull that hand back in and just turn the shoulder a few times. Yeah, great. So rolling the shoulders back and down and squeezing those shoulder blades together, hands turned out. So now I want you just to think about moving the shoulders, and I want you to drive the shoulders forward and let that turn your hands under. And then we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together, boop, and pop the hands back out. So we have palms to the sky, right? And we're going squish, open, pulling the shoulder blades to the side, squeeze the shoulder blades together, open. That's it. And squish and open. Cool. So one hand on your leg. We're going to go under, lift, and up and over around the head, dropping it down. So coming in and under, lift like a little elevator, and over the head. This is a fun one if you've got something to balance, and since you're at home, I'm guessing you do. You know, pillow, cat, whatever, glass, child. Yeah, I love it. Jody's got a cat. Oh my goodness. Let's do two more this direction. Cat optional. Yep. And you should be really having a lot of feelings through the front of the shoulder. Yeah, and then just set that hand down. So again, open, right, really thinking, close that shoulder blade to the back, push the shoulder to the front, bring it under, and then up and over your head. Yeah. Swoosh. And up and over. So it's a lot of turn at the top, and that reflects down like a little crank. Turning, lifting, and pulling. Yeah. And you can really keep it from looking like totally crazy because you keep your shoulder blade plugged back and down while you're doing this. So you can still be pushing the front of the shoulder forward and be in a pretty small area. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so both of these hands underneath, rising up, and over the head. Under, up, and let's just hold them here and pull back. Yeah, drop the shoulders down and just hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and wrap your hands around, grab a hold of your shoulder blades, pull them apart, and lean your head down and elbows down. Lifting them back up for the sky, open them wide, and put the other one on top. I feel that there's something about these figure eights with the arms. It's not just that they're complicated visually or complicated with the coordination, but there's actually like some muscle stuff and some flexibility in the shoulders that will help you. So we're going to go ahead and come up onto our knees. We're going to walk the hands forward and try and bring our armpits down towards the ground. There's a couple inhales and exhales here for a moment. And walking the hands back in, push up onto your fingertips like they're little tiny stands, and then drop the hands down. And push up and drop down. And push up and drop down. And coming up a little bit taller, we're going to turn through the wrists. I'm coming up to the computer because somebody would like to come in to our Zoom, and I want them to. Yay, Sonia's here. You guys keep on turning your wrists. Okay. I'm going to make sure I haven't lost the plot. Okay, so I would like to do one more figure 8 shape, coming up to standing if you haven't done it yet. Yeah? So our last shape came underneath and up and over. So now I would like us to push the thumb over the head, keep that shoulder blade down, and then we're coming around, swoop, and up. Yeah, so the thumb is coming forward from behind the head and under. Lift, forward, and under. This one always reminds me of people that serve pizza. We've got the big tray. Yeah. I have a very strong preference for the other direction, so it's really good that we are getting this practice in. Yeah. So this is the other direction, right? And now we're pushing this way. So from behind the head, push, thumb forward, coming around, and turn. Many people will prefer this because you can ride the elevator to the top. This is what this stretch was about when we pressed through the hand and back, right? Is opening it this direction. So we have got up, right? We're coming behind. And then we're going to turn here and ride the elevator up, but behind you. Yeah? So you're going up, 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 up. So now your hand is behind your head and you can push and turn. So you have to use your basic positions, right? Keep yourself nice and held strong in your dance posture. So there's something to see. Hope this is going good for you. Yeah, cool. All right, here's the plan. Yeah, roll the shoulders up for a moment. Hands out. We're coming under. We're riding the elevator to the top, turning them over our head and bringing them back down. Groovy. And then we're going to go out, coming up over our head and push and circling down. Yes. So those are the two directions. Cool. So I'm going to take one arm and I'm coming under and above my head. I'm going to take the other hand and under and above my head. Now I'm going to try to alternate one and the other so they're at different points along the spiral, but still traveling the same direction. If that's interesting to you, you give that a try. This can be a little complicated more for your brain. Try and keep them going. Yeah. Cool. And then here, push that hand over the head and bring it back around. Push that hand over your head and back around, right? Hands going from the back to the front and around, back to the front and around. So here we are, right? Two different points in that same one. Zoop, zoop, keeping it going. I know, right? Trippy looking, huh? Zoop. I find this one particularly difficult. But maybe somebody out there is like, this is my direction. I love this one. So we got to do it. Yeah, we got to do both. Cool. Not to break your brain, but you could do one going one way and one going the other way. So here I'm going to have one coming from behind my head while the other one turns underneath. And then, whoop, I'm going back the other direction. So I'm just doing a little halves, right? One's coming under while the other one's going over. Yeah, nice. And switch which one is under and which one is over. So over my head now. Zip. 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 I like it. Whoa, we're the best. All right, let's drop, drop, drop. Roll the shoulders. Yeah. And we're just going to give ourselves a little run through of all of our buddies. Do, 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 do. So we're going to sweep and under. Other side, sweep, under. Yes. Push, under. Again. Push, under. Other side, push, and under. Once more. Push, and under. Let's do toxin up 8. Chest. Maya with the chest or down 8. Vertical. Tips. Back. Forward. Chest. Back. Horizontal. In. Little shimmy. Chest. Head. Right out your mouth. Little circles. We're going to restart our stream. We're going to set up for our next class. I'll see everybody in 5. Yeah? Bing. Everybody that's in here is welcome to stay. I'm just going to stop the live stream.